Hey guys, it's a beautiful day today, nice and overcast, and I was going to do a narration over the kind of nature walk video I did explaining the plants, but I thought it might be a little nicer if I just went along and I kind of did the out front of our home plus the backyard really quickly. I'm not going to touch on zones and get too detailed. I'm going to just kind of rattle off some of the plant names. And I will identify if I did have any problems, but I would just suggest at this point, just for the sake of speed, for you to just Google the names, or if you have a specific question, I'd be happy to answer it if you drop a note in the comments there. Okay, and just to note, I am in a zone 7A, New Jersey. So any of these plants and all of these plants will survive here if they are perennial. So, okay, so I am on my front porch right now, and here's my little Scarecrow guy. I have had him, honestly, 15 years. Absolutely love this little fella. I always put him on our porch swing. I just think it's so cute. So now I'm going to get to the plants. In this little basket here, I have some sweet potato vine and some dolce cherry truffles, heuchera in here, an ornamental kale, some English variegated ivy. And down in here I have some surefire rose begonias, the pink popping up there, with some pansies. The draping flower is some dichondra silver falls, and the heuchera is dolce wildberry. Okay, moving along over here, I have some really pretty Coleus, which will not make it through frost, so I'm going to have to come up with a plan B for in there, probably some heucheras in there, or something more cold hardy, or even little mums. Got some creeping Jenny along the bottom there, which is a perennial in my zone, so I'll see how that will winter over. Okay, and I'm just gonna walk you down here. Right in front of me, I have the baby gem boxwood hedge, which I just planted up a week or so ago, and I absolutely love it. That's by Southern Living Plant Collection. Very, very pretty. I'm so pleased that I added this, and I think it adds just the perfect accent coming up our path here on either side. And some pansies also planted. The purple, this is Supertunia Bordeaux, which is my absolute favorite. Next to that, the chartreuse green, that is lemon coral sedum. That is an annual in my zone. The plant tag does say it is a hardy in zone 7. That is not my experience with that particular plant, but maybe it would be for you guys. I'm sure it would be fine if you used it as a house plant. These are my absolute favorite hydrangea. These are called Wee White, reblooming since springtime. You can see the nice new buds are a pink color, and they open to like a pure white, bright, and aged to like just like this nice kind of antique-y white color. I absolutely love them. They are definitely my favorite hydrangea. Some variegated ivy in the pot here with some pansies. I cannot go over all the names in these pots because some of the names, truthfully, I forget. Purple fountain grass right here. Dichondra silver falls as the draping with pansies. This is a sprinter boxwood in the center, and I leave that out all winter for evergreen interest, and I'll underplant it with something else or put some little berry picks or something around that. And then I just mirror on this side as well the Wee White hydrangea, Invincible Wee White, and the lemon coral sedum and Supertunia Bordeaux, which I don't know if you guys saw the video where I staked up the Wee White, but check it out. Isn't that amazing? They have filled in so much since I staked up these hydrangea and treated them with the BT for the budworm. I mean, they look amazing and full and lovely. I did want to highlight this shrub as well. This is from Southern Living Plant Collection. This is an autumn lily Encore Azalea, which I just planted a week or two ago. You can see my drip line down there. I still need to put some mulch around, but it has these beautiful white blooms. I'll see if I can find one. Look at those beautiful white blooms. Southern Living Plant Collection, Encore Azalea, Autumn Lily. And I just think that's going to fill in and look so beautiful there. I had some hosta there that were suffering because they were exposed to more light than they were used to in prior years. Okay, so I am going to pause this real quick and meet you around back. Not so fast. I did want to mention my railing baskets here, I did do a video tutorial on these. It's a planter basket that sits on the railing. It is self-watering if you choose to use that feature. I kind of don't, and just come out here with a can and water it. It's from Gardener Supply Company. Absolutely love it. I attached this willow handle, and if you want to check out that video, you can see how I went about doing that. And it's got a nice mum, some ornamental kale, some just some filler ready refill pansies I picked up from Lowe's. And I have some faux items in the back as well, some dried leaves and some dried wheat. And then the dichondra silver falls spilling down the front there. That is definitely my favorite fall planter. Been doing that about 5 years now, 4 or 5 years. So what do you do when you have no room to plant? You plant up your driveway. A tip I learned from Garden Answer. Last year she filled in with some pumpkin vines and just some random spots that she had so that she could enjoy some crops while there was, like, you know, other things waiting to be done. And check it out. I'm so excited about this pumpkin. And I have a couple other little baby ones hiding in here too. But nice way to utilize your space if you don't have much. As you can see, this goes all the way up my driveway. Okay, so here I am at our back door. And just to note, I planted 2 varieties of pumpkin seeds, Cinderella pumpkin and Fairy Tale pumpkin. I gotta be honest, I'm confused as to which patch is which at this point. I think these are the Cinderellas. I apologize for that misinformation if it is. I have one set of vines going this way and then another set going the other way. But they're just doing tremendous. And even if they didn't produce any fruit, I mean, the blooms on these are so pretty, and the texture in the leaves for fall are beautiful. And I do have one little baby one over here too. See? Love it. Okay, so in the front here I have some Incredible, I apologize, Incredible Blush. You can see a nice fresh new bloom coming out right here. That's the color that it is for most of late spring and early summer. Right now you'll see these are looking a little bit crispy and sun beaten. That is due to the fact that we have a large oak tree on our border here, and the neighbor had it cut back, which I actually appreciate because it did open up a lot of light here. But I think as a result, these were a bit kind of shocked by it. So I'll have to keep an eye on them for next year. It might be too much hot afternoon sun. If I'm talking too fast, I apologize. I'm just trying to kind of touch on everything here. Okay, so on this trellis here, this is Benjamin Britten Climbing Rose. And I have 3 of those climbing up here. They are beautiful. I absolutely love those. I have, Brother Stephan Clematis. It has some buds on it right now. And they have a beautiful blue flower. This is in the window box spectacular. I absolutely love this. I didn't change it for fall, as you can see, because I just thought it was so beautiful. In the back I have pink geraniums, and in the front I have these are Supertunia Morning Glory Charm. They are going to be changing the name to Supertunia Vista rather than Charm, I believe, so keep an eye out for that. This is a Miscanthus Grass perennial. In here I have some pansies, and I also have some Garden Jewels, Gerber Daisies by Southern Living Plant Collection. That's the thicker, bolder leaves in here. Just waiting for some of the new blooms to come out. I did just deadhead that. And these are a variety of Super Bells, lemon chiffon, a double Super Bell lemon chiffon, very pretty. And this is a Black-Eyed Susan, which was growing up in a crack in my driveway, and I pulled it out and I saved it, and I love it. I got some more wee whites in the pots here. These pots, I get a lot of questions on these. The terracotta pots throughout my landscape are a terracotta composite mix, so they are more resistant to breaking. And I did pick those up off the shelf at Home Depot, not this season, but the season before. And unfortunately, I do not see them anymore, or I would have bought a bunch more. They were reasonably priced, and I really like them, and they did withstand the snow and cold last season because I left them out here. Again, these have a little bit of scorching because they were exposed to more sun than last year. This is an adorable little bunny from Campania International. I love their products, and you'll see them scattered all throughout our yard, including this lovely fountain here in the corner. This is from Campania International. If I can get my camera to turn around. Sorry about that. This is from Campania International. You can order any of these products from garden-fountains.com. So over here, I just tried to set a little fall scape. Try and make it kind of fun and whimsical for the boys too. They really love it. They think it looks like a pumpkin patch out here. These are Little Lime Hydrangea, and I have to say, I absolutely love the color of these. I wish I had some more of these in our landscape. They are just beautiful. I love the pink edges. They look like romantic and aged and antique-y. I love them. And in the back here, some garden jewels, like in the front basket. These are in bloom. Garden jewels, Gerber Daisies from Southern Living Plant Collection. Absolutely beautiful. And in here I just have some euphorbia, the white, and some lobelia, which is doing awesome. I got those on the sale rack end of summer, and they were in like one of those combination tubs where it's like $3. I broke them down, fertilized them, gave them a little love, and you can see that they look amazing. This is a Dwarf Alberta Spiral Spruce. Say that 5 times fast. I ordered that online from Wilson Brother Nurseries, and I just absolutely love them. They're nice and petite, which I think is great next to our door because I can't really have too much bulk here. I may switch these and put this one here and this one here. This one seems to be doing a bit better because it's exposed to more light than this one. So I feel like maybe if I shift them and kind of split the difference, they'll even out eventually. Okay, so I kept the pink geranium in here. They were underplanted with some petunias, but I put in some variegated ivy because the petunias back here were kind of done. Maybe a little too shady for the petunias in this area, but they did pretty well up until now. I have some buried treasure strawberries in here, being protected by this nice cloche here, and you can see I still have some fruit going. So that was pretty exciting. First time I ever grew strawberries. And this concrete basket here, this is also Campania International. Just a couple kale and some variegated ivy, some pansies and mini pumpkins. Very simple arrangement. So a lot of these plants you can pick up at Lowe's right now for a really reasonable price and put something really, really pretty together. This is Irish moss, and it gets these really pretty delicate little white flowers on it. They open up, they look like little teeny tiny daisies, so pretty. Some more variegated ivy. I have gotten some questions about this. I actually spotted this in some of Garden Answers videos. It's like a little topiary form here. That's from Gardener Supply, but it looks like it's discontinued, unfortunately. This is another one of the Encore azaleas, and you can see how healthy and beautiful that looks. Encore azalea, autumn lily, so it has white blooms, which I think is really beautiful. These are some dwarf English boxwood, underplanted with some Primo Wild Rose Heuchera and some hosta. This is called Lucky Charm Anemone. It's a perennial. I have Eden roses climbing up here, which have had some condition issues. You can see we get really humid weather, hot weather here, and it is very prone to black spots. So it's something you have to treat and keep on top of. This has the Dichondra Silver Falls, which I just clipped back. You can see it was literally draping, trailing on the patio. So I just kind of wanted to give it a little bit of a refresh for the remainder of the season. It was looking a little tired and worn out. So I think this perked it up a little bit. And then I popped in some Creeping Jenny on top, just for like a little pop of the green. These are Sun Patience on top. Over here, I have some Sweet Tooth Bubble Gum Zinnia, which I absolutely love. I will be planting these again. These are from early May, which I just think is amazing. It's 4 plants. I ordered them online, and they are just doing absolutely incredible. I will be probably harvesting the seeds and try and plant them from seed next year, something I've never done. And just a little herb pot with some lemon balm and some rosemary and some sage and a little pot of chives. Over here, this is really exciting to me. This is called Little Miss Figgy, and it is a dwarf fig tree. I have never had anything like this. It's super exciting to me. Its hardiness is a zone, I believe, 7 to 10. I'd have to verify that, but I am at the very bottom of the appropriate, you know, garden zone there, so I will have to protect this and, you know, either bring it in the house or put it in the garage or somewhere where it's going to get protected and not exposed to all those elements. Let's see here. Cannot remember the name of this plant. I picked it up at Lowe's on clearance. Hold on, I might have the plant tag. And I do. I love it when that happens. I had some sugar and snap peas that I just pulled. They were totally done for the season, but they looked so beautiful growing up this little bean pole structure here. But anyway, I picked these up on clearance at Lowe's. You can see $3 just to have some like orange texture and color in there. I thought it was really pretty for fall. It's an annual, and it is a Cressandra, orange Cressandra. I guess that's how you say it, but there's the tag. Okay, I have some balloon flower in here. That is a perennial. I do have a little cover here for my veg trug, my raised bed, a little canopy that comes over with a frame, kind of like a cold frame kind of thing. So I will pop some things that I'd like to save into there for the winter. Climbing up here, I've really enjoyed this rose. It's not in bloom right now, but it is a Colette climbing rose, underplanted with some diamond frost euphorbia, which I think gives everything such a magical, nice little sparkle. This is a denim and lace Russian sage total bee magnet. I really love it. I'll be planting more of that next year. And just some little black-eyed Susan. And this is called Petite Pink Carolee Gara. These are perennial, and I planted them in spring. I absolutely love them. They have been a pollinator magnet and blooming all season. This is Gold Splash Euonymus Winter Creeper, evergreen. Love that. In the back, I have, this is a Sugar Tip Rose of Sharon with this nice variegated leaf on it. Beautiful. And I have some, these are called Twilight Purple Crepe Myrtle. They are getting ready to do another flush of blooms. I'm trying to find some to show you the color, but boy, I have just been really enjoying them. They have been a powerhouse of color for months now. On the back trellis here, I have some clematis planted. I have some diamond ball clematis, and I have not had any blooms yet, but it looks like some buds are forming, so I'm really excited about that. And I did plant them in like the super hot depths of summer, so I did not expect too much, and I'm really happy with the growth that they've put on. And then I kind of just repeat the Gara and the Euonymus. Just put some filler petunias in there that I picked up from Lowe's. This is a allium, Millennium allium. These are the spent blooms, but I think that they look pretty, so I just left them there. And then I just tucked a little garden mum in there in the pot that had something else that I don't remember. Some ornamental kale. This is a rose that I cannot remember the name of. I apologize. Yeah, it looks really healthy though. I just planted it, so and I don't remember the name. Purple fountain grass in the back, next to another. Really, this Gara, I guess because it's a little more protected between the plants, is all really standing up nice and straight and looking so pretty. And next to that, I have a Boulevard Cypress for some nice evergreen interest. This is White Knight Sweet Alyssum, which has been amazing, and I will definitely be planting that next year. And just some cone flowers mixed in. These are some yellow iris that were here when I moved in. I really thinned them out. They did take over. Honestly, this whole area was nothing but yellow iris. So you do have to watch and thin those out. This is an amazing butterfly bush called Pugster Pink. Right now it doesn't have much of any blooms on it, but it's been doing amazing all season, and I highly recommend it. Some pink garden jewels, Gerber Daisies by Southern Living Plant Collection. Really love those. Very pretty. And my favorite butterfly bush in the back right there is the Pugster Blue. Just amazing. You can see the blue blooms all over it. It has just been wonderful. I have some dinner plate dahlia behind that. You can see a little bud opening up. That's called, Breakout Dinner Plate Dahlia. Next to that, I have, and I don't see any blooms right now. It's probably a little too overcast. But that is a Purple Pillar Rose of Sharon, which is just absolutely gorgeous. And some people have asked, I have the 2 trellis here because I have this gorgeous Thunbergia pink color here, and the vines have just gone bananas. They were trailing all over the ground, so I wanted to give them a little bit of support. If they wanted to climb on those, I would welcome them to do that. I definitely feel like I'm coming down with a cold, and I hope I'm not. These are Wizard of Oz Veronica, and I cannot wait to see them bloom next year. I got those at Lowe's on the clearance rack, $1 a piece. So right when spring is coming to an end, go out to your garden centers and check out what they have, because you can pick up some really great perennials at an amazing price. And I just planted this one up. This again is a really pretty basket from Campagna International, and that's concrete. And all of these things do have drainage holes, which is awesome. And it just has some pansies and some little pumpkins popped in there. Ooh, there's a giant spider web here. I am glad I saw that, because I would have just walked right through it. Do you guys see that? Oh my goodness. Let's see. Can I even walk this way? There we go. Okay, so here I planted these in spring. They had different plants at the time. I'm sorry for that camera shift. I had some viola in it at the time, and they were beautiful for a good long time, but I just popped these Royal Velvet Supertunia in. I used to put some faux wreaths on here, but I just love the idea of having like living planters on the doors there. And my absolute favorite, here we go, the Rockin' Playin' the Blues Salvia. It's an annual, it's so worth planting. It is just covered with pollinator activity constantly. I mean, you guys can see right now, it's nice and overcast, and the bees usually come out in droves when it's nice and sunny, but even now, they just can't resist. That's the place to be if you're a bee. And behind those, I have some Limelight Hydrangea. This is a crab apple I am probably going to replace. It has cedar apple rust, and you can see that the branches are somewhat contorted as a result of the disease, I believe, because it did not look like that when I planted it last year. So what I think I'm going to do is, we have another a dogwood that I think I'm going to pop this out, and I'm going to put the dogwood in this spot instead. Because the dogwood actually needs to be moved as well. On the fence back here, I have some White Pillar Rose of Sharon. This is like the weed zone. I do have weeds, guys, so I'm not trying to come up here too close. Okay, you can see these are closed up, but people have asked about these too. Like, they'll still wonder if something is wrong with their Rose of Sharon because they see the blooms on the ground every day. Definitely nothing wrong with your shrub. That's just how they perform, and that's how they behave. They produce new buds. The blooms last a day. They drop the blooms, you can see on the ground there, and then, you know, that's it. They just keep replenishing every day. So there's nothing wrong with your Rose of Sharon. Up the fan trellis here, I have some Sap Rain Roses. These are thornless roses, which was important to me because I have the boys' play yard here, and I didn't want them to have any type of incident or accident, so I have that there. I'm just gonna adjust my camera real quick. Hold on, if I can. Oops. Okay, so I knew that this was gonna happen, and I'm out here blathering on and on and on a whole lot. So I'm just gonna swing around, do a little pan of everything in this nice, cool, overcast weather, and then I'm gonna come around here and show you guys my clematis. Okay, so this is Happy Jack Clematis, and it has been blooming since the early spring. And when it opens in spring, it is the most amazing color for me. It had like this bright green striping. It was the most electrifying looking thing in the garden, and right now it is still looking gorgeous. I just love this clematis, Happy Jack. I have those on both sides of the garage here. And in this window basket, I have Supertunia Bubble Gum Vista, which everyone knows and loves, and some Diamond Frost Euphorbia. I do have to address these hosta. They are not looking happy. Again, exposed to more sun due to some pruning of trees and things like that. So I'm gonna have to take that into account because they look really, really bad. Okay, so Supertunia Bubblegum Vista, the Diamond Frost Euphorbia, and up top I have some geranium, which aren't really needed because, you know, the bubblegum really takes off. But I am kind of glad I have it because as they drape and come down, this kind of serves as a pink canopy on top, while this serves as a pink canopy on the bottom. So it kind of worked out nice that way. In this container here, Anna's Magic Ball, Arborvitae, and some Goldilocks Creeping Jenny. Here is the dogwood that I'm planning on transplanting. It's pink, and it would be much happier in that other area too. This looks like it has have some condition issues as well. So, you know, a lot of stuff going on. Let's see. This is a hanging basket I planted early in the season. Super Bell's Lemon Slice, I think that is the name of that, and my favorite, the Supertunia Bordeaux. Still looking really, really nice. Let's see, I've got some Sweet Romance Lavender in a hedgerow in the front here. Doing really well. I have some, I think these are Curtain Call Deep Rose Anemone. I have some Jude the Obscure Roses, which are a bit defoliated now. You can see I've got some condition issues and some black spot. So, you know, that needs to be treated and kept on top of constantly. They looked beautiful in spring, and now they are just kind of weary and beaten down. Daisy May Shasta Daisy, that is a perennial. Most of these things, in fact, all these things with the exception of the Supertunia Morning Glory Charm, which will be called Vista, I believe, are perennial. So everything in this bed is perennial, which is my ultimate goal. I want to pack things with perennial and lasting repeat color to enjoy for years to come. Again, the anemone. This is a little pot of the lemon coral sedum. Really pretty. These are, they were supposed to be David phlox, but David phlox are white, and I planted these as just like little tubers, so these are definitely not David, but they're still beautiful, so I don't mind. And then another hydrangea, little lime hydrangea. Sorry, my mind is escaping me. Little lime hydrangea, and you can see the very pretty aging pink blooms in there. Climbing roses on this trellis are called Compassion, and they are beautiful repeat bloomers all along this fence here. It's a mishmash and a mess, and in the spring we're going to address that and plant some new shrubs and get a new fence put in. So I am super excited about that. Underplanted under our ornamental plum tree here, I have some of the Surefire Rose Begonia, which I absolutely love. And this ornamental plum I love as well. You know, this gets like scale and some condition issues that I treat every year, and I would be so sad if I ever had to remove it because I absolutely love it. That said, I would not recommend planting something like an ornamental plum very close to your patio. It makes an enormous mess of smushed up plums. Like, oh my gosh, it seems like it's forever. At least 2 months sporadically it's dropping some form of plum on the patio. I haven't noticed any staining, but then again, I'm out here all the time sweeping them off into the lawn or getting rid of them. So I think if they sat for a while, they probably would stain. Some people have asked about our table. That is by Trex, so it's like a poly resin, weatherproof. Love that. It's been out here for about 5 years now, and I've had no problems at all, and that is the same for our bench as well over here. Let's see. The trellises I purchased from Home Depot, put those together ourselves. The landscape lights, people have asked about the lanterns here. Those are electric low voltage lighting. I installed those myself. They are no longer made. I purchased them on Amazon. They were called Manchester Path Lights. If you find them, send me a message because I really want to buy some more by Paradise Lighting. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to quickly breeze through here. I hope I didn't talk too fast. My throat kind of hurts, but I wanted to get this out here and show you guys and actually give a bit of a description of what the plants are. And I know I didn't go into too much detail, so I hope you will ask and I'll tell you definitely, or look it up on Google, you know, put the name in and you'll be able to find it. I buy a lot of plants online, so you should be able to find a lot of these varieties online. And there's a sunflower wreath that I put together in a video. Love it. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching and for all the love and support, and I truly hope that you'll join me in the next video. And if you like what you see and you're inspired by this garden of mine, I hope you'll subscribe. Thanks so much.